All right. Can you hear me now? Can everyone hear me? All right, cool. Thank you for confirming. Stop. Okay. Right. Let's see. Let's see what we have. So dollar, we're still looking for down. I I have reached my downside objective on dollar. But it seems it wants to continue to go lower. I was going to talk about the last up candle on the daily. I didn't quite get time to do it, and we have seen a reversal from this last up candle. Fell short to hit it, and then it's rejecting. So I think dollar is extremely weak. We're gonna continue going lower, and that should see foreign currencies to continue going higher. So euro should continue its uptrend. I did give a few upside objective on euro on the monthly basis. If you were here on Monday, you should know where euro should be heading for. Let's see. Right, so on the monthly, this is where euro is heading for. I'm expecting it to hit this candle's wick. So that's where I'm expecting euro to go to. So we've got some room. I personally, I'll be honest with you, I jumped into this one. It was not giving me any pullback, meaningful pullback, so I just jumped in on this one to see if I can catch some of this bullish move. All right. Foreign currencies, pound. I also jumped into pound after seeing a breaking market structure on the 5 minutes chart. So I also jumped into this one after seeing a breaking market structure on the 5 minutes chart. So I'm expecting price to, I think we might see some of this imbalance refilled. If we break this high, okay, if we go above this high, we should see some of this imbalance being filled, and probably could go higher than that, because on on British pound, I still have that equal high there as my target. So pound is being a bit of a bad boy to trade, but ultimately I still fancy it going up there. What would change my mind on this would be if we close below this this down candle. Okay, so if we close below that, that's when I'll change my bias. So as long as it's still above it, it can do all that it's doing, because they can't do that. So any run on stops and it rejects, you want to buy it. So we did run this low and run that low, and we are rejecting. So that is a to me, that's a buy for price to go up. We could see this equal high being tagged. Okay, so they've left equal high in there, so we could see price go up there for that equal high after running these lows. All right, so British pound, you're looking for something to take you higher. We have this gap in here, so we could also see price fill that in. There's a tiny low one here that is a bit of a concern. So if you're not confident with the buy where we are, wait for this gap to give up. Okay, wait for price to close above it like this, and then use that to buy to continue going higher. Okay, because it could just be coming back to retest this and then go down, and if you might not be comfortable with that, taking a loss here, so wait for price to do this and then you can buy it. All right, my actual trade that I still have running is this one here. Morning session, I mentioned that the only trade that I still have, which is still unchanged, is this buy here, because I still suspect they're gonna take out this equal high. So that's the only trade I still have on in terms of the dollar pairs. I just jumped into euro and pound randomly after seeing the dollar rejecting. Yeah, but this one has been my trade since Monday. I'm expecting this equal high to be run. Yes, I'm still holding AU. Dollar CAD still not moving to the downside objective. I think it should do that now. From the 1 hour breaker that I shared, I think Tuesday with the members, we should be going down to the downside objective. So on dollar CAD, I'm still expecting price to continue going down. If we break above this high, then I'll change my bias. I've changed my bias on a few pairs. I'll show you in a second. I've changed my bias on Euro New Zealand and Euro Aussie, so we're gonna go through that in a second. Actually, let's go through. Let's do it. Let's go through it this way. Right. So this is where I'll change my bias. If we come up here and close above it, then I'll be looking for reasons to go long. But until then, I'm still looking for price to continue going lower. All right. We're selling. We're not looking for buys. For trade ideas, if you are not with me, you are not with me on Tuesday, so you probably might not have seen this trade. But for now, you can wait for this down candle to give up. Okay, you can wait for this down candle to give up, and then once it gives up, you can use that as a breaker and then sell short to continue going lower. I think they might key it off from this level, so pay attention to that level, because that is a previous weekly low. So if we break it, they might key off from that level and then send price lower. So if we break this down candle, watch the same level for a retest and then continuation to the downside. If not, then stay out unless you did catch an entry up here. Absolutely beautiful trade. So dollar Swiss, that was my downside objective. I think I mentioned this on Monday, that is where I'll be looking for price to drop to. So if you were here on Monday, probably you would have seen this target. We did rally on Monday, and I suspected that was a false rally, but I wanted to wait and see if, because they did have an engulfing candle in here, right? This candle was engulfed, so I wanted to see if it's indeed price going to go up, and then they rejected that. So the trade idea was to wait for price to close on the hourly basis below this opening price, the closing price of this down candle, because if they close below that, it means they are rejecting the buy and price should continue going lower, and if it does that, then it should reach for this target, and that's what they've done. It's quite unfortunate that the YouTube guys will probably not have seen this trade, but it is what it is. Okay, so that's where we're expecting price to go to. I'm using the 50 simple moving average. So it's the 50 simple moving average. I don't use it to trade, it's just for visual. It helps me with visual. So on the 4 hour, that's why I suspected that they were going down. I use it mainly on the 4 hour. So anytime we are below the 4 hour, to me price is bearish. So I'll look for bearish price action, and anytime it's above the 50, okay, then I'll look for bullish price action. So if it's above 50 and I see a retracement to a bullish order block, then I'll buy that. If we are below 50 and we retrace to a bearish order block, then I'll sell that. Okay, it's just for visual. All right. So we're looking for continuation to the downside, to 0.89374. Okay, that's the downside objective. Euro pound. So I've changed one of the pairs that I've changed my bias is Euro pound. We have broken above this high, and to me that is bullish. So like I mentioned, if you've been around, I've mentioned this several times, if we break this high, my attention goes right there. So I'm looking for, it can retrace back to this level. Let's remove this box. Okay, it can retrace back to this level, all right, and then continue going higher. So initially I was expecting price to drop because we were below, if you go on the daily, okay, we were below the 50 EMA. So retracement to a bearish order block, to me that's a sell, and they didn't respect that. So in here, that's a normal loss for me to take, so I took a loss. It's not random. It's not random, it's not abnormal, it's normal to take a loss. So I took a loss here because I was expecting price to continue going lower, and it rejected that. So now, in order for me to mitigate that, I'll wait for price to come back here to that same level there, and then give me a push to that. Okay, that's my first target, for price to rebalance this, and then a continuation to the upside. I like the way it's all laid out nicely, all lower lows, okay, no higher. We have a slight higher high in here, so maybe inside this wick we might find some sensitivity. Apart from that, it should just go through and then come up here. So I'll be looking for reasons to be a buyer to continue going higher. Okay, so look for bullish price action on euro pound. Yesterday I caught myself a really nice trade on this one. Absolutely wonderful. So the monthly, show you what that level is. So the monthly down candle, the opening price, that's where price did hit, and then I saw a 5 minutes breaking market structure, and then I took a trade on there right here, and I went long, and that's what I'm still in this one. I'm expecting price to come up here. Very nice trade. Obviously not easy one to hold, especially with this pullback. All right, so I think this is where some strength in Aussie will come in. So that's why I'm still holding on to my Aussie dollar long, because I thought that with this push it should give some strength to Aussie, and see Aussie pairs kind of go higher. So if you look at Aussie yen, we did rally yesterday. If you look at all the Aussie pairs, you see some form of a rally. So I'm expecting this to come up here, and we could see a potential, okay, a move back to this up candle. Okay, so I'm not encouraging you to chase price, but if you do see a pullback, okay, if you do see a pullback, you want to get into this level. Okay, and then potentially we could see it fill this. We could see it fill this one here. We are currently trading above the 1 hour 50 EMA, so that's good for up movement. Yes, I think that's a good buy. I actually was looking at gold for a buy. In the morning I shared that, so that's a good buy. I mean a gold buy as well, so that is a good buy. Gold and silver, they do correlate. So because of that correlation, yes, I think you are in a good trade. Let's head back to yeah. So Euro New Zealand, that's a pair that I've changed my bias as well, because I was waiting for price to break above that high. Okay, I was waiting for price to close above that high. Once we get a closure above this, because that's the last swing low to the downside, and all this is just sideways market, and then we've had price close above it, so we should see a continuation to the upside on Euro New Zealand. Let's get rid of this because our downtrend might be over for now. So we do have a low gap in here, so we should see some sensitivity around there. So we should see some sensitivity in here because we do have a gap and this last up candle. So for now, that's where I'm targeting. I'll show you where I got in. I got in down here. So I'm expecting just there for a quick trade. So once we dip into this, I think we might be capping the high of the week. And then next week, you want to highlight this down candle. Next week, you want to highlight this down candle for a potential trade to the upside. If indeed we cap the high of the week here, you could look for a pullback into this down candle or that one. It's two of them, so you can combine both of them and look for upside objective on this. So if we do retrace back down, use these two down candles as an entry to continue going up. I like the bullish move away from that level, right? So you could use that as a potential level to offer you a trade to the upside. No, not for now. You can't say it should go down long term. For long term, we are bullish. On the monthly, it's probably gonna go sideways because we had a run below this low here, okay, and then we broke market structure. But just as we broke market structure, we had this down candle prior to the move up, so price is gonna find support at this candle's low. So if you're looking for long term, I mean for the next maybe 3 weeks or 1 month, I would say trade to this direction because price will bounce from a monthly level to another monthly level. So if you're looking for long term, I would say trade from the down candles opening price all the way to the down candle low. Okay, so you're bouncing off from the bullish order block to the breaker, so trade to that direction. And then once we get to the breaker, you watch the daily time frame to see what the daily is doing, and then based on what the daily is doing, you can then decide what to do next, because the daily can offer you more information once we get up there. Okay, so if we get up here, for example, let me remove all this drawing and go back. Alright, so let's say price gets back up here. Okay, that's where I'm expecting price to reach for the short term. So if price gets here, it will break market structure, right? So with the retracement, you'll be looking for a buy because the daily, you trade in the direction of the daily. so that will break market structure. So if it comes back down, okay, you'll be looking for a buy to continue going up. But if it doesn't offer you the buy and then it breaks down, then you know that this level is not supporting, the monthly level is not supporting. Then you can say, okay, long term we are going to continue going lower. Okay, so you have to trade what you see, not what you think. So trade it as it's giving you. Don't think that price is gonna, because the more you think, the more you expect price to do something for you, and price is not obligated to do anything for you. It just needs to do what it wants to do. Okay, so you can say, okay, if we reject and we go lower, then I will continue going lower. That's also fine. Okay, but don't think it's going to do it. Let it do it and show you, then you can trade in that direction. Okay, hopefully that helped. So yeah, this is one of the pairs that I said I've changed my bias. So I'm looking for this area as a potential level for me to take my profit for the short term. If we do retrace here, of course I'm gonna take more entry to continue going higher. Okay, if that doesn't happen, then I'll just let it run. Okay, ultimately I think we are reaching for this level. We're gonna come up in here. That's what I can see from now, and then what we do from here, price will decide. But for now, that's what I see. I see price coming in here. Okay, so you want to look for reasons to be a buyer to go up in there. And then if it does change, you will see it. Okay, it's gonna come back down and take out this low, and then you can continue going short. But for now, I think we are bouncing. Right, so you want to trade to this level. Pound New Zealand. Pound New Zealand is a bit tricky because I am expecting some weakness in New Zealand because of the Aussie New Zealand bounce, but because pound is also weak at the moment, okay, then it's causing this pair to go sideways. So if you want, just be patient and wait for price to break this high, because I don't think it should continue going lower, because we are extremely low. Okay, we are so far away from that 50 SMA, and we are trading currently at a monthly down candle as well. Okay, we are trading at a monthly down candle, so the potential bounce is there, but you just have to wait for price to show you. So if you want, wait for price to break this high, then you can go long. Okay, because if you try to go long where it is now, where are you gonna place your stop loss? Yes, we'll jump on Euro Aussie in a second. If you jump in here right now, where are you gonna place your stop loss? Unless maybe you drop down to the 15 minutes. If you drop down to this lower time frame, then yes, you can play the breaking market structure on the lower time frame and then use some of these lows to protect yourself. But to me, that's not you're playing with fire, because the high time frame momentum is still down. At least wait for the 4 hour to give you some cushion. So wait for this high to be broken, and then once that is broken, you can start looking for the longs. Okay, so this last up candle's closing price, that's where you want to see price close above. If you close above it, then you can start looking for a long to come up here. Let's delete this. Oh, this sell ideas is done. And this is annoying me. So wait for price to close above this, and then once you see that, okay, once you see that, you can look for a buy to come up here. There's no real imbalance in here apart from up there. So if we break market structure, you could look for a trade above to come up here, and then you could look for counters of a short-term sell in there as well. So wait for price to break here, and then you look for a buy, maybe sell, come back down, and then we could go up, something like that. Let's look at Euro Aussie, because someone asked me at the beginning and I didn't want to jump onto that. Yeah, Euro Aussie, that's another pair that I've changed my bias on. I had where is the level? Yeah, so yesterday I was looking for a sell in here to reject and go lower, and that didn't happen. Right in here, and that's exactly where price came back and then went up. I'll show you that level. I think it was on the 5 minutes chart. Ugh, man, what are you doing? Done it again. Alright. Okay. Okie dokie. Yeah. Right here. So I was looking for price to reject and sell off there because price was in a range. So I was expecting it to reject and then come back down, and then it broke through it. Yeah. And then came back to that same level and then found support. So that's the same kind of thing I'm showing you on I think that's the same thing I'm trying to show you on, let me go into this one here, right? So we've broken to the upside, so you want to find support there, and this one, okay, if we break above that rejection there, you want to use that to find price to find support to take you higher. That's what happened here. And the question was, what am I looking for on this? I'm looking for a continuation to the upside. So I think it's just pulling back inside a range. Let's see where it's rejecting from. There's something inside this. I think it's just a short-term retracement. Yeah, it could be a short-term retracement from this last up candle. Let's see if it's that one. No, it's not. Give me 1 second, let me check where it's retracing from. I don't see anything, so it's just a normal pullback. It's on the daily, because I don't want to miss any high time frame level that is rejecting from, because if you miss it, then you'll be in trouble. So it's not, the mean threshold is all the way up here. We've gone through the open, so that's good. The mean threshold is up there. Weekly. Oh, okay. Now it makes sense. think it's the mean threshold of the, we've gone through that. So it's just a normal pullback, so you can confidently buy this down candle and look for a continuation to the upside. Right, my first target is inside this 4 hour. Yeah, something like that. Buying the down candle. So everything is this down candle. If it gives up, then I'll be buying down here. If it doesn't, then it should continue going higher. If you drop down to the lower time frame, you can refine it to here. Okay, you can refine it to there, but chances are you might miss the boat and then it will go higher. So I'll just do this one, use the down candle on the 4 hour. Okay, and then look for continuation to the upside. Gold, I think you've missed out the actual entry. I'll come on gold in a second. Let me finish on this one. Yeah, so we're looking for price to come inside here. Okay, so look for your first target. Just remove this one. I'll say take your first target just above that high. Okay, and then second target would be there, and then just leave something on. Just leave something on just in case, you know, this is a reversal, because I can see they did accumulate for a period of time down here. Okay, so probably mid, give me 1 second, let me check something. Yeah, towards mid December. So mid-December, or probably 2 weeks time. So you want to buy and hold it for at least two weeks, and then see how far price is gonna go. All right. So buy, take some profit off here, and then hold the rest and see how far this thing is willing to go. Next one will be, we've done pound. Let's look at pound Aussie. Before I go on there, what should it be doing? I want to know what it's doing in my head before I go there. So if euro pound is rallying and yeah, that one should be dropping or sideways. Should be dropping or sideways. Okay, as it should be dropping or sideways. Let's remove all that. So a sideways market, so ignore this one. You don't want to be in here. Okay, so just ignore that. We might see a pullback, but I wouldn't trade this, because we'll be stacking a range. We have a breaker in here, and this also took out this. Okay, this also took stops here, so it's not gonna take out this low now, and it's not gonna go up now, so we could stay in this range for some time. So ignore this one for now. Pound yen. Pound yen is playing with me. I'm expecting price to come up here as my next upside objective. We did run this high. We've been bullish since Monday. Yeah, since Monday I've been bullish, and I was expecting price to reach for this level, and we had This morning I was very happy because I saw price moving towards that target, and then all of a sudden, because I stayed up overnight watching price, and at around 7:30 I had to take my son to school, and I got there and I decided to check the market, and I saw huge market huge drop on this. So if I drop down to the 1 hour, you see run about 7. So when I was leaving home, price was up here, 15 minutes there. So I usually leave home at 7:30. So when I was leaving, that was where price was. I got there and I decided to check my phone, and then I saw this. I'm like, okay, not what I expected, but it is what it is. But I'm still bullish. I'm expecting price to reach for the next upside objective because of the daily. I just don't ignore the daily like that, because the daily is everything to me in terms of my direction. So if the daily is still bullish, I still stick with that. Okay, so for me to change my bias, we need to come and trade below this and then break market structure. That's when I change my bias to being bearish. But until then, you can do whatever you want and I'll still stay bullish. You might take some, well, if you trade the way I trade, you will take losses, but that's part of the game. So in here, I did take a knock, but I've got back in again, and I'll show you in a second. So let's do it from here. Okay, I did get back in just before I started the session. So I was looking at this low as a stop run, and if it's a stop run, then it should reject and then break market structure on the lower time frame. Let's remove that. Okay, so if it's a stop run, because we are still trading inside the daily range, which is between this and that, okay, you can use the Fibonacci and see where price hit 70.5 and we've seen a rejection. So that's a daily range. So once I saw this, just as I was about to do the live session, I saw this, and on the 15 on the 5 minutes, so right here, it broke market structure. So I bought the breaker here with my stop below there. So I want to see what it's gonna do. If it's gonna continue going higher, that would be fantastic. If it doesn't and it comes back, then it stops me out, break even, you don't lose anything. So I'm expecting a continuation to the upside on this one, to go back up and hit my high time frame level. So my first target on this trade is here, actually there, because I have 2 up candles, so I have to adjust it. I did place my target there, but I will adjust it after seeing this properly with you guys. That's what I'll be expecting to take my first profit. And then if we break above this high, then I'm all in. I'll probably look beyond this target. Okay, so if we break this high, if price closes above that high, I'll probably look beyond this target and further. So let's go back to the weekly. Right here, there. So if we close above this, I'll be looking for this and that as upside objectives, and it could retrace back in, so you can look for something like this. It's not a good drawing. So if price does this, okay, you can look for maybe a pullback and then launch you back up again. So if we close above this, it might retrace back inside the range and then launch you back up to go up here. Okay, so you can look for that. where we are now is very risky to get in. If you didn't get in where I got in, it's risky because this to that is a range, so it could come up here and then go back down. But I wouldn't look at that to happen, because if that was the case, then they should have closed below this. Okay, they should have closed below that. They didn't, so I'm looking at this as all this move down was just to take out people like me that was long expecting higher prices. So they've killed us off, and then it's resuming back up again. All right, so you can look for the break above this and then look for continuation to the upside. New Zealand yen, my upside objective has been met, which was this one here. I'm still looking for a continuation to the upside, but it's not necessary, because the upside objective that I was expecting for the near term, okay, was this one, and it has been met. We've seen price break down on the 4-hour here, so this could just come back up and then retrace back down again, because of the strength in Aussie New Zealand. You've got now New Zealand being a bit, it's not completely weak, but it's starting to be weak. Okay, so if that's the case, then you don't want to be buying this at the moment. Wait for Aussie New Zealand to reach where it wants to reach for, and then once it gets to where it wants to get to, then you can start looking for a continuation pattern to continue going up. Okay, so what I mean by is, because we currently have price on Aussie New Zealand going up, okay, what will happen with New Zealand is New Zealand will be weak, and you can see here that Aussie is going up, New Zealand is not doing that. Okay, or New Zealand is at -28, Aussie is at +8. Okay, so that's the relationship I'm talking about. So if that's the case, then you want to be looking at Aussie pairs. So you can see Aussie yen is rallying. Okay, you can see Aussie yen is rallying and New Zealand yen is not, because of that cross relationship between Aussie and New Zealand. Okay, so you want to ignore buys for now on this. Maybe look for a sell rather, but I wouldn't go against this huge trend. I could be wrong, and it can break through it and go up. So I wouldn't sell it and I wouldn't buy it. High time frame target has been met. You could look for a sell for lower time frame entry sake. So this down candle being a breaker with a low gap in here, and then take price back down there. That's a possible trade. Something like this. Okay, to take you back down. Let's look on the 4-hour. Yeah, back to this 4-hour down candle. Okay, something like that, and that will be probably it for me on this. That's as far as I can see. Maybe they could just reject this and then continue going higher. That is also possible, so I wouldn't want to go against this. All right, Euro yen. Awesome. Did it hit my target? Yes, it did. Let me zoom in again and see if it did. Almost. Now this is an incredible trade. Incredible. So they have run this high. Let me hide this. Someone might be wondering, what is that? That is me dividing the trading days. So this is 1 month trading, 2 months trading, 3 months trading, 4 months trading. So that's the trading range. And the reason why I was looking at this high in particular is because that's last 3 months, so last quarter's high. That's where price was reaching for. So that's a very decent buy from down here. I've been in this trade since down here, and I've just closed my trade this afternoon on this for swing trade. I've closed my trade up here. Very decent trade. Where we are now, we could see a retracement because this is a quarter high. Yeah, the last 3 months, that's the high. So we could see some form of a rejection in here. So don't expect a continuation to the upside on. It can, but I would say for now, maybe stay away from looking for longs where we are. It could retrace. So with retracement, you can always buy the down candles on the daily. So let's say price retraces down, which is what you're supposed to be looking for now, not buys where we are. Maybe counter trend. Okay, so that will be my next area of interest if we get a rejection. Let's hide this now. Okay, so we have taken out that high there. So look for, it could reject and come back down. Today is Wednesday, usually the high of the week. And I think we also have I think he's already done his speech. It was at 3 o'clock. Yeah, he's done his speech already. Unless he's not. I've not. Yeah, he's done his speech, I think, already. So I don't see anything happening to euro right now. So euro trend should continue, and this might cap and then retrace a little bit. Okay, so don't chase where we are. Probably look for a retracement. Okay, look for a retracement. Let's drop down to the hourly and see what we have. Okay, so because we've taken out a high, okay, if it breaks market structure on the 15 minutes, you can you can look for a sell. So if it does break this low, okay, you can use that candle as a breaker and look for a sell to come back down. All right, so that's a potential trade idea going into tomorrow. So if we break this low, right, because you've just run the high, look at the energy that breaks. You want to see big down candle like this, okay, not small tiny candles like that. You don't want that. You want to see this, because this will show you that yes, they are breaking. This doesn't mean they are breaking. This is just like, okay, maybe we are breaking, maybe we are not, and then it will be a stop run and then continue going higher. So if you're looking for the break, make sure it's a break, not this. Right, you can also buy if you're not scared of taking a loss. You can buy and hold and see if this is a mega trade and it's not gonna pull back, it's not gonna retrace. So you can also do that and target this high, not specifically the mean threshold of that high. Give me 1 second. Okay, so you could look for this. If you're not scared of taking a loss and you are confident, then you can do this to continue going higher. And then if it stops here, depending on how it breaks down, okay, depending on how it breaks down, then you can look to mitigate the loss. Okay, so you can look for target there, and if it breaks down, then you can mitigate the loss, maybe to come and fill this gap, right? And then we do have equal lows in here with a small gap in here. Let's look on the 4-hour. This is very bullish. I'll be surprised if they break down. It's just too bullish, and for some reason it's not gonna pull back for you to get an entry, and that's sometimes annoying, but you have to deal with it. Okay, so if you're not scared, use what I've just showed you. If you are, then just be patient and see what price is gonna do. And Swiss yen. Now my VIP members will love this, and you should, because that's what we've anticipated since the 28th of October. Okay, if you remember the dates that I gave you guys, 28th of October till when, I think it's mid-December, we are looking for what bullish price action on Swiss yen. This is the fruit of that. So if you are patient, this is what you get. Okay, all this move to the downside to me was manipulation, and then once we got down here, I was expecting it there. I was expecting the trade there, but it didn't happen, and it gave it there. And look at where we are now. Because we still have time till the, let me check the date again, till the 27th of December. So we are bullish till the 27th of December. 27th of December will be somewhere in here. Because we are bullish till then, I think we have the opportunity to keep riding this to the next upside objective. So daily levels are no more relevant. We have to look at weekly levels. Looking at this, we have reached a weekly level, that one. So we might probably see a pullback, or it will just ignore that and go through it, which is what I'll vote for. If I was to look for a retracement or a continuation, I'll vote for a continuation, because this momentum is just too bullish. Right, so look for a continuation to the upside. If we do see a break in market structure on the lower time frame, which I don't think it should, yeah, I don't see any low. The only low I see is down here. So for us to break market structure, it needs to come all the way down to take out this low, which I don't see that happening. And those of you that were with me on Monday, I did mention that you want to look for a buy on this, and your stop loss should be below this low, because it doesn't need to go below there. Alright, so Monday, if you were here, I think someone asked me, should I buy it? And I said, wait for London. Wait for London next day, and then you can find an entry in London. And if you did wait till London, then this is where you'd have got an entry. You would have sat through, you would have not sat through this drawdown and then got an entry here. Okay, I had to sit through a drawdown because my stop loss was down here, and I've been long since down here anyway. So you can see I didn't get that tiny stop loss. Okay, my stop loss was down here. Okay, and that's where I was looking for price to get to, and then I took most of my profit off. I still have a small piece on, to see how far this thing is want to go. Okay, so if we do pull back, you want to look at this area for continuation, because I don't think they will come back down and then break this, and then it doesn't make sense on the high time frame direction. With this bullish move, it doesn't make sense for them to do that, so it should just continue going higher. Okay, so it might not give any meaningful pullback for you to get an entry. So if you're confident, what you can do is buy tomorrow opening price during London, whatever price will be in London. You want to buy that, so between 7 and 10, so something like this here, so something like this between 7 and 10. Okay, whatever price is, you want to buy that and then bring your stop below this low. So tomorrow morning, whatever price would be, all right, you want to buy that and bring your stop below here, and then look for a continuation to the upside. Okay, so that is that. Dollar yen, I'm still bullish on this, even though we've seen dollar going down, I'm still bullish on this, on because of this weakness in yen. That's why I'm still bullish on this. So it will go up, but it's gradually doing it. So anytime we get a pullback on dollar, then this thing will rally. See, if you notice, anytime dollar pulls back up just a little bit, then this thing will pump up, and that's what it's doing so far. So what you can do is just sit through it. Oop, close too much. Okay, you want to sit through the retracement and the sideways market, because that's what I'm doing. So basically I'm long here, do all this. So as a swing trade, I'm expecting price to continue going higher, so I have to sit through all this retracement, and it's gradually doing it. It's just patience. So you can't look for a trade on a pullback, but you will be sitting through some retracement because of the weakness in dollar, right? Both of them are weak, but dollar is currently trading very low, so any small pullback will cause this thing to rally. So all this rally here, if you check it against the dollar, you will see that that's when the dollar was rallying. Okay, and here as well, you see that was when the dollar was rallying. So look for a continuation to the upside on this. My target for now is this equal high right here. That's why I'm looking to collapse some of my position. Okay, so you're looking at this as your near-term objective. Okay, and CAD yen, we have reached the target that I was expecting. I still fancy seeing this thing for the next upside objective, which is this nice level here. I still think that's where price is gonna go next. So any pullback, maybe back to this down candle, you wanna buy again. Okay, so price pulling back here, you wanna buy again. The yen is weak. The yen is weak. That's what I can say. And you can see where I got my entry, and I think I shared this with you guys live on YouTube here. The very day price cut down here, I did share this with you, that you want to buy. I think it's in the community public chat. I posted that as well, that you want to look for a buy, and that's where we are after 3 weeks or less than 3 weeks. So we are looking for a continuation to the upside. If it does pull back in here, you want to look for another long to continue going up. always look for a retracement. Don't chase it. Okay, if you see it gone, don't chase it. Wait for price to retrace to the down candle and then look for a continuation to the upside. So next upside objective will be there. New Zealand CAD. Okay, this is me exaggerating, practicing how to get 61 to 1 risk to reward ratio. That's very possible if I had traded with a stop here, but I didn't do that. Yeah, I wish I would have done that. That would have been the trade of the year, but that's not what I did. I got my entry up here. Yeah, that's where I shared the entry. So I've been long since down here, and we just, I think that was yesterday, we hit the target yesterday, so most of my profit has been taken off, and I have a small piece, very small piece left on this. We've moved away from Telegram. We are now on Discord. We were having issues with Telegram, so we've moved away from there. You can see the Discord link below the video, so you can check us out there. On New Zealand CAD, I think we might go sideways because of the strength in New Zealand. Price might stay sideways, so be done on this for this week, and let's see what the week will end with, and then next week we will see what we can get, because I think we have NFP on Friday. There's a high impact news on CAD, so be done on this one, and then Friday, whatever happens, it will determine what we're going to do next. So let's say Friday price will rally and take out this high, then going into next week we will be looking for potential upside objectives. If Friday price breaks down, then we will look for high time frame levels on the daily, and then start looking for reasons to go long again, because the daily is still bullish. I don't see it dropping because we do have still this void to fill in, so I don't see it dropping. I want to see that void filled in first before any meaningful drop. So wait till Friday, and then it will show you what it wants to do. Okay, so let's say price breaks, even today, if price comes all the way up and break above this high, then you can use these two down candles as your shield, and then look for targets in there. So something like this. To get there. Okay, so if you close above, because where we are now, it could do anything, it could drop, and you don't want to be in that, because I don't see anything they are keying off from to offer a trade to the upside. So that's what we have. Gold, if today's session in the morning, that's what I saw. We had closed above a swing high on the daily, and it left these down candles, so I was expecting a retracement to it and then a continuation to the upside, and that's exactly what it did. And we're seeing price. So the guy that bought silver, I've not checked silver, but it should be going up as well. Yeah, similar. Yeah, so silver should also be going up because it's broken above a short-term high. Yeah, silver should let me bring in my data range, so taking out this high. Yeah, should take out these highs and then come up here. So it should take out these highs and then go up there, and then once you get up there, maybe it will pause. Let's do this properly. Okay, so for silver, you want to be looking at this high, that high, and that as your upside objective. Okay, so if you're long silver, these are your upside objective. And then gold, on gold, I'm expecting price to come back to this low, old low, as first target, and then second target to fill in this. Okay, so gold, that's where I'm expecting price to reach for. A lot of people are scared to trade gold and please shortly go through GU and EU. All right, let me finish and then I'll look at that for you. Oil. So oil, I was looking for price to drop to continue going lower, and again, that's one of the things that all trades will not go your way. It did show me signs of bearishness, which is closing below this last up candle. We had 1, 2, 3 movement to the downside, 1, 2, 3 down candles breaking this. So I was expecting a continuation to the downside, and today, I don't know what happened, it decided to change its mind. This was just for a pullback and then a continuation to the upside. So I do understand if I get stopped out, because this is just counter trend, and counter trend are always subject to this, because you don't know where it's going to turn around and then it just turn around against you. So the actual trade is bullish because the daily is bullish, but this was just a pullback, and I was expecting price to come to at least 50% of this high, sorry, this low to that high. So if I measure that, you see this to there, that is the range, and I was expecting price to come to at least 50% before going back up again, and that didn't happen. So if it does stop me out on this, I accept my fate, and then I will deal with the loss. Okay, and then if it breaks above the high, then by all means I'll be looking to buy to continue going up, because it's showing me it doesn't want to go down. So if it doesn't want to go down, then I'll look for my upside objective, which was here. So on oil, that's my upside objective. So if price is to reject and trade and close me out on this particular trade, then I will be looking for a buy, and then my stop in my camp, or in the VIP session, we call it a flip trade. So if it doesn't want to go down, then it definitely wants to go up. So I'll buy it with a stop here, and then I'll mitigate that loss for my upside objectives. Okay, so if it does stop me out, then that's what I'll go with. But until then, I'm still bearish. It has to show me he wants to go up, then I'll change, right? Anything can happen in price. I'm not scared of taking a loss, because once you become scared of taking a loss, you give away your power, and you don't want to give away your power when it comes to trading. Don't give it to the market. You hold on to your hold on to your power by having a rule to guide you in this ocean full of sharks. So my power is like, okay, price needs to show me that it wants to go up. If not, I'm not buying into this. Okay, because this can scare me to say, okay, I think it's gonna go up, and then I'll close it, and then as soon as I close it, you see price reject and go and drop 2,000 pips. All right, so if you want to stop me out, and then I know you stop me out. All right, so that's what I'm gonna go with. So if you do see what I'm outlining here, then you can look for a continuation to the upside. Aussie CAD, this is another trade I was looking at early hours this morning. I was playing with the lower time frame to see if I can get a move back up here. But since I started the live session, I've not managed to look at it again. I was supposed to buy it because of the strength in Aussie. So looking at, so this is a high time frame level, and we have run stops. Okay, I couldn't get my, I was not quick enough because too many things going on. So after the run on stop here, I think I did get the Aussie yen. I'll show you the Aussie yen and a breaking structure here. So yes, it can still come back down, and you can look for a buy on this one. Okay, you can look for a buy here. Looks decent to there. Right, so you can look for a pullback and then a continuation to the upside. Sorry for that, I was just replying to a message. Aussie yen, so Aussie yen, this is where I got in. So after the run on stop here, right on the 5 minutes chart, yeah, right here it broke market structure, so then I got in right there. So I'm long, I'm looking for continuation to the upside. Just a normal day trade. My actual trade has been long. I think I shared this in the community since last week. So I've been long since here. That's the trade idea I shared in the community. So after we closed above that, I've been long with the stop below there, and I've been sitting through all of this. I did take some profit off here because that was an upside objective, and then came back down, and I've sat through all of this, and I've got another entry here. I'm expecting price to reach for 77.57, so that's my next upside objective, and I think we should get there probably tonight or tomorrow. So if you want, you can look for a retracement on the lower time frame, and then get yourself on board. This equal high looks very interesting, that it will be run probably by end of today, and then I'll be looking for that. So this, look at all this move to the downside to come and take out this low as manipulation, and then duplicate that to the upside, and that is what should, if I'm right, that's what should unfold. So if we clone that and then put it right there, okay, so if I'm right and they come above this high, this is what should unfold, and it takes me just above this. Okay, so I just got a notification I got stopped out on oil, so that means oil is bullish now, so I'll be expecting price to give me reasons to go long. So I'll be looking for a buy on oil going into tomorrow. So back to this. If we close above this high, that's where price should be coming. Back down to the lower time frame. Okay, so if we close above this high, that's where price should be coming back. I think I had an intermediate target, which is this one. So that's where I'll take most of my profit off, and then the rest I'll let it run to come up there. Okay, so if we close above that, you can look for continuation to the upside to this target. And that should be it on this side. So now let's go and answer some questions. Someone said I should go through GU and EU. So EU first. EU is still a buy. Do not try to sell it. Okay, we are extremely bullish, so do not try to sell it. If you want to sell it, at least make sure that we've given up on a 4-hour down candle, or even a 1-hour down candle is okay. I'm trying to hide this. Okay, at least a 1-hour down candle. Okay, if 1-hour down candle gives up, then you can look for a sell. Until then, just this is what I'm expecting price to reach for. It's a monthly level, 1.21555. That's what I'm expecting price to reach for now, where we are. So it should continue going up. All right. So that is EU. GU, I mentioned they could be coming up for this equal high. So since we've been doing this live session, we have broken above this high. I also said to look at this gap. Okay, if we close above that gap, it should continue going higher and come up here. And I think it should do that. Let's go into the hourly. Yes, it should do that. It should go through this. Watch this. Okay, if price closes above that, that will be bullish. If it doesn't, then it should reject and go lower. If it doesn't and closes above this, it will act as support. Okay, and I think there's a down candle sitting right in there. Okay, there's a down candle sitting running here. So if it closes above it, this down candle should be your protection, and then you look to trade back up to this breaker, which should happen. That is EU and GU. If oil does this to me, I'm gonna be so upset, because it looks like it's just rejecting after taking my stop. Someone is a market maker in here. Who are you? Show your face, because it stopped me out and it just rejected. Interesting. I think I found myself a market maker in here. Anyway, that's interesting. That's very, very interesting. And it didn't even take out the high. Don't mind me, it's just me going through a normal trader's routine. Price stopping you out and rejecting. That's not fun. EJ. Where's EJ? Yeah, EJ, I've already given what should Okay, it's either you're confident to take a buy to continue going up, or if it breaks, then you look for a sell. I think with the momentum going up, it should reach this level easily. It should reach that level easily. Yes, we do. It's just amazing how it's rejecting after hitting my stop. Okay, it's amazing. But I think it should continue going up because there's momentum to the upside, so it should continue going up. I don't think they came all the way up there just to stop me out and come back down. I don't think that's the case because they've rejected all this. Okay, so I'll be going long, and then I'll be looking for this upside objective. All right, so that's what we have. Let's look at pound CAD. Pound CAD, where's the next level I'm watching? Right here. So pound CAD, we were looking for a continuation to the upside from here, this down candle. It did give us a joy, and then ultimately breaking down. So our next downside to look for longs will be down here. Fell short, but I think tomorrow we should see price come back down there. If it doesn't, we are looking at the down candles. Okay, patience. If we close above this, we will look for long. Okay, my third eye. I don't have a third eye. I'm joking. So my analysis, long-term analysis, suggests that price should be going higher. Okay, my long-term analysis shows that price should be going higher. So if that's the case, then I'll look for buys. So I'll wait for price to line up with the buy, just like I showed you on this one. Okay, I was bullish from the 28th of October, but price came down. Okay, we went up and then price came down. It doesn't mean that it should go down. It means that it's just retracing. So I have to wait for price to align itself to the bullishness again, and then I'll take a long. Same thing in here. Okay, I'm bullish, but price is retracing. So I have to be patient for price to align itself with the bullishness, and then I'll take a long. I was expecting it down here. It looked like they might be rejecting. So I'll wait for a break in market structure on the 4-hour basis. So if we come back up here, I'll be looking for a long, and my target is this high and then potential equal high. And if he's gonna do it, should do it before Christmas. Okay, so I'll wait for price to close above this high, and then I'll look for these targets. Okay, so wait for price to close above that, and then align yourself with the bullishness. Where am I from? I was born in Ghana, but I grew up everywhere. I grew up in Italy. I spent 5-6 years in Italy, and then the rest of my life I've been in UK. So currently I am in UK. British, but I'm originally from Ghana. EuroCAD, we do have a potential long trade idea going on. Absolutely wonderful. Yesterday I wanted to see price come back down here for a possible continuation, but I didn't do that. That was the first target here that caused price to retrace. Okay, that was the first target, caused price to retrace. With this retracement, I was looking for it to come here, but it didn't. So I got myself in at the break of market structure again, right here. So I got myself in this trade to continue going higher. So EuroCAD, I'm expecting this upside objectives going forward, or these upside objective. So my next upside objective will be 15698 and this equal high. All right, so expect a continuation to the upside. CAD Swiss price has reached the target. Very, very, very beautiful. I mean, it's just amazing. It's just amazing how price behaves. We've been looking for a move to the downside. Now, if Marco is here, okay, Marco, if you're here, you can testify how we were looking for the sell. Okay, initially I was looking for it up here, right? Because we were bearish from, let me see, we were bearish from the 22nd. So from 22nd of November, we've been looking for price to kind of go down. Okay, we'll be looking for price to go down. So from 22nd was right here, and then price went up into that level. I was expecting it to come up here and then sell, because there was a really nice level up there, and then price broke down, and since then we've been targeting this down candle, and that's what we've got today. Wonderful. We'll be looking for a continuation to the downside. So if price happens to retrace back up here, you can look for a sell targeting this low. Let me bring my periods and see where we are at. Yep, we should be targeting this low. So we could see a retracement to that up candle on the 4-hour that I've just outlined, and then look for this low. Let's see, not so much this low, but this low. Okay, so your next downside objective will be here. Let's drop down to the 4-hour. You could leave something on for here as well. Yeah, leave something on for there, but look to sell up there, target here, and then leave something on for there. Oops. Boom. That's it. Yes, Marco, did you catch the short on this one? Did you catch the short on this one? If you did, then absolutely well done. I did catch it myself. I'll show you where I caught it. So I'm trying to look for like high risk to reward ratio. So I'm trying to get like 10, at least 10 to 1 on most of my trades. So I've been practicing the lower time frame. I'm mostly high time frame. That's why you see me mostly accurate on the high time frame. But when it comes to lower time frame, it's not there. But high time frame, yes, you will get me to give you to the pip on high time frame. So what I'm practicing now is the lower time frame to reduce my risk. So in this case, I'll probably, with a demo account practice, I'll do this one. Okay, so I get like a 11 to 1 trade. Instead of taking the entry here on the 4-hour up candle, I'll reduce it to here. So if price is to come all the way up here, then I'll take the short there. But if it doesn't and it hit this level and it breaks down, then I'll take the trade there. Okay, and that's what I've been trying to do. So I did catch okay, that's fine. Well done for focusing. So I did catch this one, and my target was exactly on that 4-hour down candle. Okay, perfect, to the pip, and then rejection. What else are we looking at? The Swiss pairs. Let's look at pound Swiss. I didn't give you any idea on this one, but I mentioned that we'll be looking for something down here. Okay, so your next area to consider buy will be this weekly down candle. So maybe here we start hunting for a buy next week. Okay, so we start hunting for a buy somewhere down here. All right, so don't try to buy this, because this is just a pullback. It will bounce again. It will come back down, maybe to take out anyone that was trying to buy that, and then we go up. Or it can do this and then we go up. Okay, so don't get excited about this pullback. Your excitement should be on the pound yen. Okay, this should take pound yen higher if you're watching pound yen. New Zealand Swiss, I think I got a notification. Yep, I got a notification on this one because I had this down candle as an area of interest. I had this area as an area of interest. This trade is done for now. We still have one more target to reach for, but for the most of the part is done. So my interest was on this down candle and then the main threshold, which is right here. So if we've broken market structure, then I could look for a long. So if you've broken market structure on the lower time frame, which we have not, see the 15 minutes. Yeah, so 15 minutes has, so that's not bad. It's not bad. This is not a bad trade. So we have broken market structure on the 15 minutes. So a trade idea to come back up here is possible. Okay, we are how many pips away? 12 pips. Okay, that's not bad. And then you could look for something to come to this low as well. But ultimately, I think this low is probable because we have high, low, and then we broke down. So this would be the first area of interest, and then second area of interest to be here. Aussie Swiss. Okay, let's zoom in. Right, it now came to that down candle and it's rejecting after consolidation. So this could mean one thing. Let's go into the weekly. Came back to the breaker, rejecting. We will set up a trade next week. Wait for this up candle to give up. If it gives up, you can look for a long to come to this level. So wait for this up candle to give up, and once it does so, you could look for a trade to target this. Okay, so let me take out this one. Wait for price to close above this high, and then you could look for target that level. That level you see is this old high. Yeah, I'm not surprised it did retrace. I'm not surprised it did retrace, because that's the quarterly high. So yeah, it's left it go high, so it could, if it does break, okay, it doesn't need to close below this low. It doesn't need to close below this low. So a break of that high will only mean that they want to go back up. So wait patiently for this high to be broken, and then you can look for, once it's broken, it will retrace. So don't think as soon as it breaks you're gonna buy it, but if it breaks, it gives you the green light to start looking for longs. Don't chase the break. Okay, wait for price to retrace and then look for the long. Euro Swiss, it went back to that level. I don't like this pair at all. If you trade this pair, you are just playing with fire. Okay, it's too choppy. To me, it's just too choppy, very hard to read. So there's so many pairs out there. In order for me to trade this, I would rather trade a pair like this, SEG SEKJPY. I would rather trade this one, the Swedish Krona Japanese Yen, because it's easier to read. Not this one, it's Singapore dollar, so SGD-JPY. That's it. Yeah, I would rather trade this pair than trade Euro Swiss. Okay, I'd rather trade this pair than trade Euro Swiss, because this will give you clean moves, whereas Euro Swiss will give you this, lots of wicks. Alright, so if you do trade this, then well done, you're doing very well. If you're profitable with it, you're doing very well. I'll stay away from that. We've already talked about this. Let's go to crypto. Crypto, we're looking for, on this one, I'm looking for this as my upside objective. So I'm still expecting price to continue going higher. On Bitcoin, actually let's drop down to the lower time frame. For trade ideas, we did retrace, and I think price is finding resistance in here, because they did sell here to take price down. That's why price is finding it hard to go through it. So watch this specific level right here. Okay, watch that specific level. Once price is able to close, okay, on a daily basis there, okay, look for price to retrace to that same level and then be a buyer, and then put your stop loss below the low, whatever low that forms down here. So going back to daily, this is how it looks like. So let me use the magnet to put it right there. Okay, so that level, wait for the daily to close above it, If it does, then use that same level to buy, use a lower time frame stop loss, and then target this level. Bitcoin is at all-time high, so there will be a lot of let's put this one right here. There will be a lot of manipulation, because people will now be, like I mentioned, I think a couple of days ago, last 2 weeks, I mentioned that I keep getting ads on my Snapchat to buy Bitcoin. It keeps giving me ads every day: buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. Okay, so that's not good. I don't like seeing that, because it means that now everybody can see Bitcoin is going up, and that's when it's not good to buy. However, looking at what price action has placed, okay, they've rejected all this move to the downside and closed above here. So with price action, I'll call it higher again, but I could be wrong, and with sentiment or fundamentals, they could reject and come back down. But with price action, is bullish. Okay, so you want to buy. If it does come back down and break this low, then you look to sell to come back down here, right? So where we are is a buy to continue going up. Where is it going? Like 27 for long term. 27. Let's do this. Pin from here to there, and to see where price lowest form here, and change that to levels. Right, there we are. So 25, I'll call it 25. So for long term, that's where it should reach for now. If the technicals are right, that's where it should reach for now. Okay, so where is it gone? Visibility month. Why is it not showing on the daily? There we go. Right, so Bitcoin should reach for 25k. If technicals are right and everything is right, it should reach for 25k. If I'm wrong and it takes out this low, then it should reach for 12k. Okay, so you have both up and down. Where we are, 25. If we break this low, 12. I've been trading for six years exactly. Last month, November, I've been in the market for 6 years. That's when I got exposed to the market. Ripple, I'm expecting this equal high for now to be run, and then for long term, I'm looking for this gap on the weekly. Zoom in. Okay, Ripple for short term, I'm expecting this equal high to be run, and then for long term, this gap. So that's Ripple for you. We had a huge argument over cryptocurrency, I think Friday, among our team, and it was very interesting. I gave something that was so not cool. I said something that, after reflecting on what I said, it just didn't sound well. What I said was basically, I would rather prefer one Bitcoin. I would rather prefer someone give me 1 Bitcoin right now than 1 ounce of gold. So I was just comparing Bitcoin to gold, but in a wrong way. I shouldn't have said that. I thought about it afterwards and I'm thinking that doesn't make sense. So let Ripple, I'm expecting this level for now, this equal high. And then ETH, we have reached a target for me for near term, which was this gap here. So next upside objective, let me see if that was, yeah, there's nothing in here for price to have any issue. Once you go above the gap, then I'll be expecting price to come up here, the middle of that up candle will be here. So on Ethereum, if we manage to close above the gap, I'll use that same level as a potential area to buy, and then target 99.27. So something like this there. Okay, and I think of course, someone give me one Bitcoin, I'll take it with two hands and my head. I'll jump up for it. I don't want gold. Gold is 1 ounce of gold will not do me any good. With one Bitcoin, man, that's 20k. Currently, that's 20k. That's someone's yearly salary in somewhere around the globe, or someone's entire life. Indices on the S&P 500, Nasdaq, and Dow, I don't have any opinion at the moment because they're going sideways. They should be rallying, but they are not. It's going sideways, and I think it's waiting on something. So you want to wait for more information. If we start trading above, or if we start seeing bullish candle closing above this high, then you can start looking for continuation to the upside. Long term, it should continue going up. It's just that the near term, it's like it's waiting on something. On DAX, we have reached our upside objective. So right now, I'm on the sidelines looking to see what might happen next. UK 100, I mentioned in the morning that you could look for a buy because it looks like it's breaking market structure, and it should reach for this level and that level. In the morning, I had one of my guys with me, and if he did see this, then it should be in a buy. Crypto buddy, if you were paying attention, you should have been in a buy on this one. First target is here, and then second target is up there. Frank 40, it came to that down candle, as I mentioned, I think Tuesday, that we should retrace to here, and then it should reject, and that's exactly what it's doing. It looks like it's breaking market structure, so if it does, then you could buy for a continuation to the upside. Okay, so if it breaks this, it needs to close above it properly. I don't like this. This doesn't look like a close to me. It needs to close like this, so something like this one here. Okay, this is a proper closure above this, then it should continue going higher. So on IT 40, okay, we need to get a proper closure above this, and then a continuation to the upside. Frank 40, I also mentioned, if we break above this high, then you can start looking for a continuation to 5774. So Frank 40, wait for price to break above this, and then look for a continuation to 5774. And I think that's it. I have gone through all of them. If you have any pair that I didn't go through, by all means shout it out, and then I'll look at it for you. If not, then I think I've done justice to all the pairs. Any pair recommendation? I am here tomorrow, but tomorrow I am doing a live session with just the VIP members, in the morning and in the afternoon. So I'll be focusing on the VIP members. That's the protocol. We do Mondays and Wednesdays for YouTube, and then Tuesday to Thursday. So Tuesday, Thursday, Friday for the VIP members. But you can always join us in the Discord, because I do share I do share some of the trade ideas that we do go through during the live session. I do share most of the trade ideas. So, like, if you go into the public chat, you will see the trade ideas that I shared. So, if you want to see some of the trades I shared, join the Discord group. So use the link and then go in there. If you go in there, the public chat, I do post some of the trades in there. So whatever I see during the live session, I choose and post some of them in there. Let's see Aussie Yen. Aussie Yen is pinning for that high. So Aussie Yen should continue going higher. New Zealand, Aussie New Zealand is also going higher. Oil decided to continue. It wasn't a stop run. You can see it wasn't a stop run. They do mean business. So oil should continue going higher. As definitely should continue going higher. So you want to join the bandwagon to the upside, and if that happens, so this is me using my logic, because sometimes smart money is very tricky. You have to use logic to sometimes pick up what price is trying to do on some of the pairs. So if oil is going up, then that would mean slightly bullishness in CAD. Okay, so there's a slight bullishness in CAD. So if that's the case, what is the weakest pair that you can use to pair against the CAD? So out of all the pairs, futures, let's say euro, pound, euro, pound, Aussie, New Zealand, Yen, Swiss. Which one of them is weak that you can use it to pair against the CAD, and then you trade that one. Okay, so looking at what I'm seeing, CAD Yen. Yeah, so CAD Yen should, if oil continues to go up, then this should by default go up. That's why I'm expecting higher prices. Okay, and then you focus on CAD Yen. Don't put your attention on anything. Focus on this one and then take the trade to continue going higher. So I think that will be it for the day, unless anyone has anything to ask. And because of this, I didn't have my lunch, so my lunch has now gone cold. I need to go and warm it up. Is there any question, anything anyone wants to ask? Let's have a look here. Actually, let's look at the futures market, futures currencies. Let's see what the Swiss is doing, because it looks like it wants to retrace. So we've gone above that. Tomorrow will be critical on the Swiss. Tomorrow will be critical on the Swiss. Yeah. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. My boss needs me. My wife needs me. Alright? My wife needs me. My wife is the boss. So I need to wrap this up because my food is getting cold. But if you do join us in the VIP, because that's where all the magic is happening. I'll go through into more details how we do find these trades, and you will get exactly what you're getting here. Okay, what I'm doing here is the same thing I do in the live session in the VIP. So wherever you're looking for, it will be in the VIP. I'll show you where price is going all the time, and then you just take advantage of it. Okay, so thank you for coming. I'll see you guys on Monday, YouTube members, and then for our members tomorrow morning at 9. I'll see you in the VIP session. Okay, enjoy the rest of your evening and take good care of